Sunday night matchup between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Chargers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
And he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Herbert on first down now. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the deep.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. That's caught over the middle by Fant. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He's got his tight end Fant. There he goes, left side. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Noah Fant, 79 yards. And the Jets lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Sly on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The Charger drive about to get going. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game with...
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. The 40. The 20, 10, and nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Boy, just as they thought they were going to add to their lead, the rug gets pulled from right underneath them on that pick. And now after that big return, might be the other sideline grabbing the lead.
Yeah, very well could be. This is where you count on your defense to go out and make, I'm not going to call it a miraculous stop, but make it very difficult for them to get the ball in the end zone.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Eckler again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, Hall has some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10 now. Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And his
his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Charger drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a handoff looking right. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick him up at a very good clip.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now a 2nd down and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now room for Eckler. Touchdown, Allen! Austin Eckler, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Jets. Julio Jones. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kenneth Murray.
And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, dude.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. The final shot before the break for Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
He'll buy some time right. Looking deep for Julio. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Julio Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Jets come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert sliding out of the pocket. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Jets are going to take over here up near the 40. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Play action. It's Herbert.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Herbert.
Open right side, complete to Rager.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. To try again after the sack. Herbert, open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams.
And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2nd down and goal. Herbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Well, he's done his part, Charles, no doubt about that. Maybe he's going to go over to the sideline now and tell this defense, hey, let's go, step up.
And if they do, they've got a chance because right now he's become a force that hasn't been stopped from his side. 3 touchdowns rushing already, eager for more. If they get any type of stops, we've got a heck of a game on our hands.
Brandon Staley telling his troops to stay out there and go for 2.
A toss running left. Cohen. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for L.A. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once more, here's Eckler. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. After the interception, here's Wilson. Rolling to his right. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Julio Jones. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jets get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. This ball complete to Rager. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They snap it to Herbert. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down. But to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. They go play action now. Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Hall. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Jets on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. It just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
They go play action with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Throwing on first down. Devine escaping the pressure right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On 2nd down, it's Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. Taking it in.
And the Jets sure look like they're going to be moving to 8-1 as they add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going.
This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Herbert.
He'll fire it deep for Rager.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by DJ Reed.
And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Now Wilson on first down. He completes it to Jones. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And I think the ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking end zone for Jones. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis.
And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Herbert's throw caught here by Metcalf.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Herbert back to the air. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Herbert. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Again, Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every.
Julio Jones all alone. 30. 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will extend this big lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.